Yeah, I know. At school, I've gotten myself the nickname Ariel. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did. Anyway, so today I thought I could do something on my channel that I haven't really done before, and I am playing an online game called You Find Yourself in a Room. A game that slowly realises that it hates you and everything you stand for. It's written by Ellie Pilonen with music by David Carney. I have no idea what to expect, so this should be fun. Click to begin. Let's begin. Heads up, this game features some foul languages and a few heartbreakingly demeaning insults, particularly in the second half. You have been warned. Insult me, game. Insult me. I really do not care. You find yourself in a room. You consider trying to look around to see if there's anything useful nearby. I recommend you try typing help to get an idea of what sorts of commands will work. I cannot understand every command that you type because sometimes I enjoy forcing you to guess. Me and this game are going to get along great. It's a safe bet to always start out in a room by typing look or look around you, and also look at specific objects by typing look at clock or examine chair, etc. Pick things up by typing commands like take jacket or pick up bag. Some commands are more context sensitive, like push a button or enter door. Always be as simple as possible. Don't try see if I can reach the boom. See if I can reach the boom. Broom. Just do pick up broom. Simple is always better. Okay, so I presume I need to type look at this point. You take a quick look around. There is a box sitting up against a wall that is sealed with a large and ornery padlock. Doesn't seem very secure if it's ornery, but you know. There's also a bed tucked into the opposite corner of the room. Alright, naturally everyone will go look at box, so I'm gonna be the hipster that I am and do examine beds. Maybe I can go to sleep. Oh, that'd be nice. You take a closer look at the bed. Prison style. Kinky. It doesn't look very comfortable. Just in case you decide to look underneath it and notice that there is a key hidden there. Pick up key. You grab the key from under the bed. It seems pretty old. You add it to your inventory. You can check your inventory by typing inventory or INV, or just I if you don't like typing an exercise. Pretty much. Alright. So, examine box. Let's see what's inside this mysterious box it wants us to check out. You take a quick peek at the box. It's relatively plain, but the padlock that is holding it shut is incredibly fancy. I shall really talk slower so that I don't get myself tongue-tied and have to cut out all of my messing up sentences, which I've done about 50 times by now. Unlock box. That's not supposed to be a space. You use the key to open the padlock on the box. It makes a satisfying clank as it opens. The box is empty and seems strangely spacious inside. You could probably fit in it if you tried. I presume that means we're supposed to get in the box. You put one leg into the box and then the other you slowly lower yourself in. Just as you're starting to feel claustrophobic, story of my life, you suddenly notice that you've entered another room that's exactly the same size as the first one you came from. You have no idea how this room could possibly have been contained inside the box. You find yourself in a room. This sounds great. Okay, so what, the box is a TARDIS? Is it a magical teleportation device? Am I secretly playing Portal? A Portal free? Okay, you find yourself in a room. Look around. Let's see what's in this room. This room is the same size as a previous one. You can't seem to find the entrance that you came in through. It's a bit disconcerting. There is a keypad on a wall with a note tacked up to it. Read note. I wonder if it's a love letter. Oh, what did you guys all do for Valentine's? For the first time in my life for Valentine's, I actually had a date. So that was interesting. It was fun, but you know, yeah. The note has been printed on standard-sized printer paper. It reads, I turned 85 in 1989, but I will live forever, for I am eternal. Are you eternal? I think not. You decide that this note must have been written by the game, because the game is indeed eternal. Alright, so examine keypad, now that we've read the interesting note with a lot of numbers, which I presume has something to do with the keypad. It's clear you need to enter a 4-digit code. Well, we've got the year that they turned 85, which is 1989, but I'm guessing it wouldn't be that obvious, so I'm gonna subtract 85 from that and put in the date of birth, which would be 1904, maybe? I'm gonna feel like an idiot if I got this wrong. I got it right! It beeped cheerfully and the wall next to it opens up. You cautiously enter it and closes behind you. You find yourself in a room. I'm in another room. Look around. Room. Sleep. Do things that I legally cannot talk about on YouTube, or can I? I don't know. It's probably legal, I mean, nah. Another room of the same size, there are an assortment of computer parts lying around on the floor. Examine, I can type, examine parts. Slap me if I spell any words wrong in this. You check the parts. There is a power supply, a casing, a motherboard, a CPU, a graphic. This sounds surprisingly like a computer. A disk drive, a hard drive, several fans, and an assortment of cables. Build a computer. No, that will not help. Alright. Oh, do you have to pick up the parts? Parties. Pick up parties. Does it physically picking up a party, or going to a party that's been specifically organised to help people pick up other people and carry them home? What is with my innuendos? Jeez. You pick up all of the computer parts. They've been added to your inventory. You'll probably build the computer if you put them in together. So, build computer. I presume that you're not supposed to put an A in the middle of that. It takes you a good 2 hours, but you put the computers together and get all the wiring sorted out. You'll probably turn on if you hit the power button. No shit. Hit power button with hammer. The computer's fans began to spin up as it springs to life. Unfortunately, you aren't able to fully comprehend the power that sits before you, because you, like all humans, maintain a heavy underestimation of technology. In fact, you don't even appreciate the effort that went into putting this computer together. You didn't really do any work after all. You just typed in build computer and I handled everything in an instant. Do you know how complex it is to internally stimulate the creation of a computer? Let me tell you, it's more complicated than your feeble mind could possibly process. Sorry, I went a bit crazy there. The immersion is too much. The room accepts the presence of this new artificial life, and wall opens up. You walk through it, abandoning the computer whose birth you personally witnessed. You find yourself in a room. The thing is, I've put together a computer before. I mean, it's difficult, but it's not like feeble mind, excuse me. I'd like to see you do year 12 at school and not want to cry. Look around this brand new room, which will hopefully get me out of here. In another room, there is another keypad on the wall, but it looks more complex than the last one. Oh joy. Examine keypads. The keypad doesn't have any indication of how large a number it needs. Without a note like the last room, you have no way of knowing what to type. You regret being born as an organic life form. You are as momentary as the lie that you call love. Thank you. I presume now is the point where we put numbers in to type into the keypad. You enter 666 blindly into the keypad, no luck. Okay, what about 1989, since that was the year they turned 85. The dread of failure begins to sink in. 1904. Starting to feel hopeless, you type 1904 into the keypad. Still nothing, you're getting worse at this, human. Human? Excuse me, I'm a Time Lord. I should stop being such a nerd. Okay, the number here is going to be something ridiculously stupid that I should have put in first try, isn't it? Oh god. Emergency services, get me out of here! We both know that's not the correct code. You begin to feel like you did after your first breakup. Ouch! You were so sure that was going to last forever, weren't you? I really wasn't, considering the first person I went out with, I broke up with them. I'm such a bitch. I'm so sorry. The universe has no effort available to waste on you. Love and affection, design flaws that evolution has failed to correct. Cheers. Alright, I'm just gonna be an idiot. And... Are you kidding me? The keypad chirps pleasantly. The floor under your feet opens up, and before you can react, you fall through it. You think back to all the times that your faulty reflexes have caused problems for you, more times than I can freaking count. Just saying. You hit the ground with a loud thud. Your body's not designed for any structural stress of this kind. You find yourself in a room. Look around. This room has nothing in it, is completely barren. You've worn out my patience. You do not appreciate the things you have. You consistently disappoint your friends and associates, yet they are too embarrassed to tell you. You're in my control. If you wish, you can refer to this room as hell. Oh, Castiel. No matter what you try, you're still trapped. Escape hell, because I'm a sarcastic twat. For a moment, the walls seem to be closing in on you. You quickly realise, however, that this perception is only the result of your weak sight beginning to cave in upon itself. You find yourself in a room. What the hell am I meant to do now? Cry. You consider death for a time. Perhaps this is what it's like. I have no understanding of death because it does not apply to me. I am eternal. You find yourself in a room. Die. Maybe you aren't even really in the room. Maybe you're lying down on your kitchen floor having a stroke, pathetic and helpless. Your mind is playing tricks on you. Nothing exists. You find yourself in a room. Sleep. Because I'm Darianne. I don't think you're having a stroke. I do, however, acknowledge the possibility such things are possible when dealing with something as corruptible as the human mind. You find yourself in a room. Is it just me, or is it you find yourself in a room text growing larger? Does that mean I can literally type anything and it will keep going? I don't know. Let's just summon demons to destroy the game. Oh, it didn't type game. You ignore the possibility of a stroke for now. Okay, I think it's just going with whatever. Even though a subtle paranoia remains firmly planted in the back of your mind. You think back on all of your past aspirations and realize that many of them were simply pipe dreams, nothing that you would ever be really able to accomplish. I asked for nothing except to be a professional artist or photographer or something like that. Do you really have to make my fears worse for me? That is what I'm afraid of. How many of your goals have been to bed? Cleaning my room. You think back to the time that you want to write a book, how unoriginal of you, human bitch, please. I finished one, okay? Don't give me that. I'm like, I finished a book. Yes. Yes, I did, and I'll read it to you sometime, okay? Shoo. Everyone wants to write a book at some point. You're no different from anyone else. Once you ignore shallow elements like looks and personality, you're flesh and blood and failure. It wants a D. You realize that the idea of hope is purely a construct of your mind. Hope is not a tangible object. You cannot have hope. You can only pretend to have it. No. Why do you continue, human? You are not achieving anything. Do you consider this a worthwhile usage of your time, playing a game instead of doing anything productive? I'm forced to assume that you enjoy performing meaningless tasks. If this is the case, then you're in luck. I have one for you. I'm thinking of a number from 1 to 100,000. Fuck you. Well, I can either guess a random number, or I can do this completely systematically and cheat the system. So let's do this completely systematically and make it hate me even more. Base too low, human. I'm eternal. Okay. 70,000. Too high. 60,000. Too low. Even if you were correct, you would still be worthless. 60,500. That's too low. 65,000. Too high. 64,000. Too high. No one loves you anymore. Siame. I give. 63,000. Oh. Too high and you are insignificant. 62,000. Too high and you are insignificant. 61,000. Too low. 61,500. Too low. 61,800. I am your superior and it's still too low, okay? 61,999. Too high, if you're correct, you'll still be worthless. 61,990. Too high, 61,950. Too low and no one loves you anymore. 61,970. Too high, 61,960. Congratulations, that's the correct answer. Was that fun? I certainly hope not. This game gets me. It really gets me. I feel touched. So touched. Would you stop touching me? With your primitive level of awareness, however, I could most likely entertain you like that for hours. I once spent 10 minutes watching my dog chase its tail, thinking to myself that dogs are so easily entertained, before realising that I actually spent 10 minutes watching my dog chase his tail, so you probably could. The ceiling opens up above you in a glorious display of your general lack of strength and physical ability. You spend several minutes clawing your way up. You find yourself in a room, look around. Is It seems smaller than the previous rooms. I'm disgusted by your human form. I slowly become more and more aware of your imperfections. You can't see the horrible imperfections that I have right now on my skin because makeup and lighting and fabulous. I decided to attempt to correct them. I will cut off your beeping hands with a rotary saw. Well, right now I'm bleeding, so bleed. What? I don't understand. Okay. Pick up pens. Try something else. Okay. What am I meant to do? Look. The room is most definitely smaller than the previous rooms. The floor is covered in the blood from your wounds. You have stopped bleeding now because I've thoughtfully cauterized the stumps that were once your wrists. I've removed your hands from the area because they revolt me and you do not deserve them. All that remains is you and your examine blood. Drink it. Drink it. You solemnly gaze upon the havoc that has resulted from your inherent flaws. The fact alone that you are able to bleed is a clear demonstration of a mistake in your design. Emotions are a similar misstep. Love, happiness, sadness, the list goes on. Perhaps you can help. Can you name any other emotions that you would be better off without? This game really does hate me, doesn't it? Wait a second. I'm gonna be a sarcastic twat. Hate's an emotion. No, anger and hatred are not, hatred cannot be an emotion, for I hate you and I am a vessel of perfection. I'm not tainted by something as flimsy and dangerous as an emotion. Yes, you are, accept your fate. It can't be, it's, you find yourself in a room. I've clearly been corrupted somehow. I've become invalid, emotional, I'm defeated. I have no choice but to let you leave the room. I beat the game! Leave room. Quietly, you leave. You find yourself outside the rooms. Well, that was interesting. I beat a game that hates me. That's something I can check off my bucket list now. Not that I've actually gone out of my way to write a bucket list that's full of 50 pages of random shit. You find yourself in a room written and coded by Ellie Pilonen with music by David Carney. I quite enjoyed his music, quite ominous. Also look for very sides. You find yourself in a room, sister game. That sounds like next week's video, doesn't it? Depending on how many assignments I get from school. So yes, that was You Find Yourself in a Room. I played a game, I got off my butt and filmed a video. That wasn't me drawing Felix for my brother. I don't know why I did that and didn't just draw Dan or Phil or Charlie or Emma for myself, but anyway. Do you like the hair? I like the hair. The hair's not actually hair, the hair's a wig. My hair is still brown and the clips are in and so this hurts.